Yeah, let me just tell a little bit about my strategy because I'm basically in double leverage versus triple leverage because I think triple leverage funds are more for a day. I would not really try to hold those funds long term. But if you know something's going to move up 20% in a month, like for instance, say silver did go down at some insanely low price of $24. Well, I'd buy triple leverage and go long. I don't know what it's going to do. This is the gold chart, and it is in a bearish trend. And I'm not going so much by this all the way. I know a lot of people do. So even if it's hocus pocus, I don't think technicals are because, like I said, mathematics is a reflection of nature. Um, and silver, yeah. Well, this morning it was down, then it was up. I expected when you had a day like yesterday that it's going to bounce today. Now, I don't know if I got in there at the right spot. I'm just going to hold because I think sometime during the next couple weeks it's going to nosedive off a cliff. Now, am I going to wait for $24 or $28? Maybe not. Maybe not. Because it's counterintuitive to me to short silver. I really don't know. But say, for instance, it goes off a cliff and it hits $27. I'll sell. I don't know if it's going to do that, but usually silver doesn't go down slow. It goes up slow, relatively speaking. Some days it has nice moves of a dollar. But when it goes down, it goes down pretty hard, pretty fast. So, but you know what I think's coming up? This is where I got the suspicion. Hey, and I'll get a little bit into this astrology too, because, um, well, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder about this junk too. I actually do think there's a little bit to it, probably scientifically. Who the heck knows? I keep an open mind about stuff. I'm not like rigidly minded all the way, but I do get into mathematics. But I realize they reflect other things. I personally think this zodiac stuff, I very much lean to that it's a bunch of garbage. But I keep an open mind out, and I watch every angle. But considering there's a lot of crazy people that run the world that believe in this stuff, hey, and who knows, they might know something I don't know. Maybe they're right. March 21st is the beginning of the zodiacal calendar year and therefore a new beginning. March 21st is on a Wednesday, all right? The 23rd is a Friday. Now, Greek's Independence Day is on the 25th. So here you got the new zodiac calendar. Here you got the 23rd, Friday, and here you got the 25th, Greek Independence Day. Well, there's this rumor out there about senior bank officials on Wall Street have been given a detailed documentation setting out a timetable, the Greek default, including firm dates and technical orders about last use of the euro as a currency there. I don't know about all this junk. I think it could be total BS, but there might be some truth to it, and maybe the timetable's off a week. But this whole thing would fit to the schedule when you figure the bottom for silver would be here. If they announce something on Friday, night, and then the markets crash over the weekend and they open up lower on, they'll just continue to go lower from Monday the 25th on. That would kind of fit. The document asserts that Greece will officially be declared in default by all rating agencies after the close of business on Friday, March 23rd. And this is something that bugs me because Greece did default, and there's a lot of things out there that say the rating agent, they got them in like this selective default. But I think it's more than that. And I keep thinking about the insurance payouts on the default insurance. Something ain't right with this thing. Like I says, I would be very bullish. I am bullish long term on gold and silver, but I'd be immediately bullish on gold and silver if they said We're going to create all this money to create more money to bail out Greece. Give them a new loan with zero interest rates. Then it would make more. Then I would be long. But they didn't do that. They defaulted. They're causing the that action clause, whatever it is, that coerces them into accepting the deal because they got 66% of them to agree. That makes all the rest of them have to agree. They forced it on them. That's why something isn't adding up with this thing. And you know, and I know the powers that be want to add short silver and stuff, but I don't necessarily go along with all that stuff. We hear they're talking about on the open of business in Greece on March 25th, all Greek markets would be closed for at least a day. So, you know, I'm kind of going by this. I'm also going by, well, you know what? It's rumored that a lot of very important, powerful people in the world that control things are very heavy into the zodiac calendar. You know, if you want a new beginning, you know, March 21st is a new beginning. You know, I'm not going to read too much into this garbage because, you know, I heard a hell of a lot of different people say a lot of different things, and you could be like freaking out about something every week because this zodiac has junk going on every day. You know, it does. But you know, this month it is an unusual month for the planets and stuff like that. So it could very well, you know, if you got people that are pulling the strings behind the scenes, you know, and if they're into this, hey, who the hell knows? But I got to go by some fact. The Greece defaulted. How the hell could they ignore that? You know, it's almost like a lot of stuff they say. You know, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine with Bear Stearns. It's great. You know, keep the stock. Everything's fine with Lehman Brothers. Oh yeah, yeah. They want to screw people at the last minute. That's the whole game. Leave them holding the bag. Don't touch your investments. No, no, no. So we know that game goes on. So that's why I'm keeping a short position on silver. I kind of expect, you know, I was surprised that it was down like 18 cents this morning. I expected to bounce, and it is bouncing. So I expect that, you know, which told me to probably get in there a little later, but I got in there on double leverage. It doesn't erode that fast. And what can happen is it could go up to this area, but, you know, I don't know if it's going to do this today. I didn't know this was going to do this today. It could have dropped off more, too. You don't know. I'm just thinking it's a good play for the next 2 or 3 weeks, probably 2 weeks. And, you know, I'll probably get out of it when silver approaches 30 and gold approaches 1600. That's what I'm thinking. I think the next resistance level on gold is 1600. But I do think silver is going to go below 26, and I think gold is going to go to 1500 or below. That's what I do think. I just don't want to hold out and try to guess it too much with the short position. I'll be getting, but I could be in there during the day when this damn thing nosedives if this crazy wacky rumor is right. It might not even be right on March 23rd. It could be right on in April, you know, the next week. It could be the next week, you know, April. The day after April Fool's Day, you know. But I think there is something factual that they're just like glossing over. That's what gets me. If they papered it over with more money, then I'm long. But they're acting like nothing happened. Something doesn't jive with that. So I'm sticking with this short position for a couple weeks.